guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I am supposed to be taking a little break, but I thought I would pop into my craft room and have a little play. Now I was going to sort of like tidy up, but that didn't get round to doing that. I've just sort of like found all these lovely bits and pieces that were on my desk, and I thought I would have a little play. I thought I'd just do a page layout on there. I've got some magazine pictures here, just some little random bits and pieces, and I'm going to do a page layout, like a double one, just with the sort of like bits that I have around, so just recycled bits really, to show that a lot of you I know don't have printers and can't print out digital kits and things like that, so I thought I'd just do something on here with using some bits and pieces. So the one that I did last time, my last video, was this one, which is, I used some of my digital kits on this one, and I'm just loving how this has turned out, and I love this little ticket one that's coming down there. So I'm going to show you how to do a similar sort of thing, but with what you already have. So let's have a go. So the journal that I'm using is another one that I made. It was at the envelopes, a big envelope on there with some sort of like bits of coffee and tea stain paper. So I'm just going to take some bits. I got some coffee stain. This is obviously which I have been inking on. This is from Tapology, which I thought that might be quite nice. I got some music paper. This is a little bag. This is where Andy and myself went out for brunch, and that's what the cutlery came in, so I thought I would pinch that because we could make good use of it. And this is just what I've gessoed on something. So let's have a look. What shall we do? Shall we start this side? And what can we do? It probably won't be as many pockets as the last one, but I think maybe let's just do something on here. Let's make a little sort of side tucky bit. I think I might sew on some of this as well. So look at that. That little piece there would make a perfect little corner pocket, wouldn't it? Which would be lovely. And then we can just sort of like collage some of these, unless I put another little pocket on there. What shall we do? We could, where's this one? Look, I like this, but this has got sort of like little staples in it. Should I take that and just cut that down? Where's my scissors? These will do. Look, these are all sticky. Oh, I know, I went and washed my other ones, didn't I? That's what I did. Shall we do that, or shall I just tear it? I think maybe I will just tear down here. Just like that. So that it's got a little pocket like that. So that can sort of stick on there, which looks nice. So we're going to just get a little bit of ink on here. So get some of your little bits of junk mail on here and gather them up. You can always, if they're sort of like pretty colourful, your junk mail, you can always give it a little coat of gesso or white paint or something, just to dull the colours down. Shall I sew? I might sew around this bit because it's quite thin to pop stuff in. So let's just a little bit of ink on here like that. Maybe I'll do a little collage on the back of there. So that's got a couple of little pockets. That's got a little pocket in there and one there. So that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let's pop that away. Let's just pop a little bit of collage on the back. Shall we just use the glue stick? Oop. Let's just do a little bit on here. So our weather for yesterday was like, when I walked out the door, it was like turning on the oven or walking into the oven. It was so hot. Really, really hot. So a day inside, I think, today, having a little play. So that's a nice little bit. Now I might actually pop another little pocket there. Now I've got these lovely bits of magazine on here, so there's just like little bits of wallpaper. Look at that, that's a picture frame, and I just thought that would make a really lovely pocket, wouldn't it? Should we have a little roses? Should we have a little rose pocket up there? I might put that. Let's just tear that down like that. Doesn't have to be too much. I might pop it actually onto a bit of envelope. Shall I? I need to make that, or should we just have a little bit of cards, because this is quite thin. Should I just pop that on there? I might just sew that on actually. Let's see, that goes on there. I don't want to use up what we've got. Let's just take another little piece of this. Pop this underneath. Should we have it like that? There we go, that looks good, doesn't it? Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to just ink this little bit. Just scruffily ink that. And then I'm going to stick this on. Just going to pop a little bit of glue in the middle because I'm going to sew around it. So let's just stick that on. Forgot to pop this piece in. Let's just put that in there. Lift that back up again. Just stick that on like that. And we can have that on there. And then that can come on there. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Now, shall we make a little... I do like my little notches in pockets. There we go. Let's just ink around this bit. Just like that. Okay, so that can be sewn around. Do I need to sew anything else while I'm here? Shall we sew around that bit? That looks nice, doesn't it? So we've got a nice tuck in there, and I think I'm going to pop this over this side. I think maybe we'll have that like that. So look at that, looks nice. Now what I have done, I've got these little little wooden stamps like that, and I've done it so it spells love on here, and then I've just printed them on here. I know that's the wrong way round, but, and I thought I'd make like a little ticket thingy majiggity like I did on here, so we can have it sort of another one of those. So I thought I'd show you how to make one without doing, you know, having one ready-made from a digital kit. So let me just quickly, shall I do that? I'm just going to quickly just sew along the edge, not of this one, because that's an envelope. I'm going to sew down the edge of this and just around the edge of this as well. So I'll be 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. That looks nice, doesn't it? Really, really simple. So let's just pop that up there. Don't mind if that's hanging off. Now I'm just going to just stick this on. If I can find my glue, stick this on first. Let's just go down through here, just a little bit of 3-in-1, oops, through here, stick that on. So we've got a nice pocket at the top, at the back, like that. So that's our first little pocket. So that's nice, isn't it? Loving these roses. I think they look so, so pretty, don't they? And then we've got this one on here. Now we're going to pop this on. I've just gone around it a couple of times just to make it look a little bit scruffy and grungy on there. So loving that. So I can stick that down. Now this is a double one, isn't it? So I'm thinking I might... It's quite shiny inside. I might just stick that back like that, just so we've got another pocket. So we've got a pocket there and a pocket there. Shall we pop something over this? Let's have a look. What have we got? Maybe I will use the rest of this, or a little bit of this, just to go. Which way? It doesn't really. Just rip a little bit. I'm going to stick that on there like that. I think that's what I shall do. Just a little bit of glue. Stick this one down. Is that going to stick? No, it doesn't want to stick. There we go. I should be able to actually, if I lift it up, I should be able to sew along there. I might do that because that's quite shiny, so I'm not sure whether this is going to stick. So let's just put that like that. So this is a nice little scruffy one, isn't it? I'm going to try and sew it. If I can't get it on the sewing machine, I might just do a staple in there. So let me just check. I'll be 2 seconds. Okay, so that has sewn on lovely. And I've just found a little sticker in there as well. It was tucked inside. So that's a little bonus. It says autumn wind melts gently. So that, I think it's a little sticker. One of these little Tapology stickers. Look at that, it is a little sticker. Maybe I can stick that on, but let's pop that to the side for a minute. So we've got that lovely pocket at the top. That's stuck down nicely, I think now. This can go on the corner, and then this can go on here. Shall I add something to this? This is very strange stuff because it's shiny inside. It's very strange. I'll just stick a little bit of this down. Oh my gosh, I've just left the lid off. That wasn't very clever of me, was it? Let's stick it down with a little bit of glue stick. There we go. That might stick a bit better. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So I think I might just pop something on there. Shall we have another little bit of... Shall we just do a little bit of this on there, just as a little bit of collage background, like that. So this is a nice way as well, because all these little bits, lots of these little bits of music paper and stuff were on my desk, so it's a good way to use them up as well, isn't it? So what's this? This is a little bit of French paper. Let's pop that on there. That's it. It has a little bit of it's a French book that I have. I think it's a little kiddie's school book. So let's just stick that on there. Just like that. I think that will do. Looks nice, doesn't it? Shall I keep it so we got 2 pockets? Shall I just stick that one on and that one on? I think so. Shall we stick that on? Let me just pop this down. Probably could sew it on, but I think I'll just glue that down like that. Oh, I wonder if I've got little bits of fabric would be quite nice, wouldn't they? On here before I stick that down. So that's a pocket there and a pocket there. So that's 3 pockets on there. That looks really nice. I do like the little roses. Okay, this is a box of bits that I keep adding to. What have we got in here which will go? That will go. That's quite a nice colour, isn't it? This little bits. There's a little bit of lace on there. I think these are from Tapology as well, actually. What shall we have? Anything else in here? What's that? Looks alright. Let's see. Little bits of ribbon. There we do. Let's just pop those to the side. Let's see what have we got. A little bit of blends in a bit too much, that one, doesn't it? Oh look, we've got a nice little bit of pink cotton on there. I think maybe I'll just glue gun this down. Shall we just glue gun a little scrap of fabric on there? Shall I make a bow, or shall I just make like a little knot thing? Let's just put that on there like that, I think. Just look at that, that looks okay, doesn't it? Now I'm going to stick this down first on here. It'll come out, there we go. Perfect. Lovely. Stick that down, lots of glue oozing everywhere. Now I've got my glue gun. Gosh, oh, I've got some like corrugated there as well. Maybe we could use that. Let's just stick a little bit of this. Oopsie daisy. Go, oopsie daisy. A little bit of this. Yeah. And then that. Over the top, look at that, nice little cluster. Nice little cluster, nice quick one. And that little bit of pinky fabric works well with the pink in the roses, doesn't it? That's where that glue went. I knew I'd put my glue gun down. Look at that messy girl. Okay, liking that. That's lovely. Now, we need to put something on here, don't we? A little pocket. And we've got the rest of this. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I'm just going to make a little pocket, won't we? Shall we put that on as a pocket? So the pocket can still go that way, can't it? Maybe I'll add a little bit onto here. What shall we sew on there? Should we take a piece of this? Shall we just sew that on there? I'm going to cut around here. Where's my scissors gone? Here's my other ones. These are the ones that I was looking for. Let's just cut this lovely picture frame out. I do like this. It's lovely, isn't it? So yeah, go through your magazines. These magazines, all these little bits and pieces are from when I was in England. So my mother-in-law had lots of lovely magazines. So I went through and chopped out all the yummy bits that I could get. All the nice bits that I thought I would use. Oops, a clump of glue. I'm gonna, oops, pop this like that. I'm going to put another bit on there because that's very sticky up there. We'll go around this with a little bit of glue, with a little bit of sewing, I think. Oh, I like that. That makes a fab pocket, doesn't it, in there? I wonder if I could put this onto something. Have I got anything? There is our lovely. It needs to go this way because then there's another pocket there. Shall we stick that on there? And that can be a pocket. Then this is a bit, this is better, isn't it? Do you think we can ink around here? Doesn't really make much difference. Right, let's just move that over there so I don't get everything covered in glue. Let's just stick this on. Shall we go round nicely? Okay, so that's stuck onto the envelope, so we've got the little pocket there. That's nice, isn't it? Shall we fold that over or cut it off? What do you reckon? Because we could have another little pocket. Let's just leave that little top bit, shall we? Yes, I think we will cut this off. And then I will sew that along the top, I think. So just sew that along. I'm going to cut right to the edge. Not right to the edge, but I need that little bit just to sew that up. Like that. And then we've got our little pocket then. Lovely. Let's pop it onto here. So then that will stick on there. We've got a pocket in there. And then I suppose I could probably have a little pocket at the top. I do like pockets. Right, I'm just going to quickly go and just sew along that top bit a second. Oh, I like this little pocket. That looks really nice, doesn't it? So that's a little pocket to go on there. Loving this. Okay, so if we put that on there and that on there, so we have a little pocket there. If I glue it down, we can have another pocket. Love my pockets. Look at that. Okay, so what else shall we put on here? This is what I was going to do, wasn't it? Shall we see if we can make, before I stick any of that down, shall we see if we can make a little ticket thingy? Do you think this is too hard? Let's have a look. This is just a little piece of cardboard. I've got a little, oh dear, that I coffee stained. So if we do it in 4, let's push this like this. So you just want to get a piece and fold it into 4. And then I will cut this down because we don't need it this, obviously, the whole length of this. Okay, so I have just sort of like concertinaed that up. So fold it in half and then fold it in half again. So how big do you think? We've got these little, the V on there. Let's just cut that down. Oh look, I can probably make a couple more like that. So that's how big. So if we just cut just a little snippet off each corner, that should work, shouldn't it? There we go. Fabulous. That was quick and easy. Let's ink up the edges. Let's just go around. That's that top piece. And of course, if you have a bigger piece of card or paper, then you can do more. But at the moment, we only need 4 because we just need to stick love on it, don't we? So let's just ink around. Oh, I like that. That's lovely, isn't it? Nice and quickly made. What shall we do? Shall we put a background on these? Shall I just tear that off? So I've got these little alphabet ones here, and they're really, really are inexpensive. I think I got them from the Flying Tiger, or Tiger, I'm not quite sure what it's called anymore. They keep changing its name. So that looks good. Don't need all of that, do we? Let's cut them. That's better, isn't it? That's better. We don't need so much paper around it. Okay. Let's just rip these down a little bit more. Of course, you don't have to do these, you can put whatever you want on there, can't you? You could put little pictures on there. You don't have to have love. Would help if I spelt it the right way. Okay, should we put something underneath? Do we need anything underneath? Bit of music paper, maybe. Just a tiny bit. Let's just do that, shall we? Let's do like a little collage back. Or do you think we need a bit of colour? Maybe I'll take a little bit of this as well. Just make like that. Gosh, I haven't used glue stick, feels like, for a long time. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Now I'm trying to do this, so I'm not going to get so sticky. There we go. Would be a lot easier with this, wouldn't it? Let me just see if I can. So that's how hot it is in here. My Plor glue stick, 2 seconds. Okay, there we go, that's better. I've just unclogged it. Let's stick a little bit of this. Oh, let's have that number. I quite like that number on there. A bit of glue. Stick that down. Again, you can just use any of your little leftover bits of paper as well, can't you? Scraps. We like to use up our little bits of scrap paper. There we go. Stick that down. Just little bits of this. There we go. Oops, bits of fluff everywhere. This is why I need to clean my craft room, because it's got bits and pieces everywhere. Now, let's make sure we've got all of our letters here. Let's stick you there. Love it. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? And how simple. That was really simple to do, wasn't it? Look at that. Right, let me put my lid on before that dries up again. Look, perfect. I'm loving that. Right, let's pop all these little bits out of the way. Right, where were we? Not necessarily have to put on there, but that does look nice, doesn't it? Loving that. Love, love, love. Okay, so what was I going to do with this little pocket? What do you think? Should I pop a little bit of collagey bits on here? Let's see. Or should we just ink it a little bit? Let's just ink around the edge of here. Just the edge of the page. So if you don't have any digital papers, or you don't have a printer, just go and pick up some little bits of magazines. Now you can pick up second-hand magazines, and I'm sure family and friends will have lots of bits and pieces for you as well. So that's better, isn't it? So that's going to go on there, and that's going to go on here. But now what I would like to do, I need to add something to this, I think. Unless I just sew round the whole thing. It doesn't have to be a proper pocket. I might actually just sew round the whole thing just so this reinforces, unless I've got, actually, what I might do, maybe I'll just take a little bit of this and then pop it around the edge of this, like that. What do you think? Just like it's the edge, that's what we'll do. Let's just do little bits at a time. I'm going to stick that like this, overlap it a little bit, like that, a little bit more. Make it round the right way. And then just fold it over. Like that. So that's the edge of the paper. Love it. Let's glue this down before we sew it, and then I'm just going to go all the way around with the sewing machine. And stick that down. Perfect. Let's stick this little bit down there. Just like that. Stick that down so it doesn't get caught in there. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go just all the way around the outside with my sewing machine, and then we can stick that onto there like that. Love it. All right, 2 secs. Okay, so that's lovely. So I've gone around it twice again because I went around this one twice, just so it sort of like matches in together. So this is a nice sort of scruffily one, isn't it? Love that. I am going to just add just a little bit of ink around here. Like that. I don't think I'll do it on the other bits. I quite like it like that. So I'm going to, I could have sewn that on actually. Just these edges anyway. Or was I going to use that? I'm going to glue it because I'm going to have another pocket. Surprise, surprise. So we want to just do these 3, don't we? So down, along, and up. Just because it's got all these pockets, it doesn't mean you have to use them all. They're there just in case, aren't they? So that can stick on there. Oh no, I didn't glue that, did I? So this side is glued, and then we're going to glue this on to there. Shall I leave that little bit on? I think I might actually. Let's go along here. Stick that down. Gosh, I do like this. Oops. Oh, what a mess I've made there, look. I think that paper was a little bit too thin because I sewed it on the music paper there. And I think that was a little bit too thin. Shall we stick something up there? Shall we pop a little bit of this on here? Let's just stick that there. Cover that up, I think. That's a very good bit of gluing, is it? Perfect. So that's our little pocket there. We've got our little pocket there. I'm loving the picture frame. Now, I think I'm just going to stick this down like that, I think, like we did in the other one. The other one we put a little eyelet in, but I'm not going to use an eyelet. I'm going to just use a little bit of glue gun just on the top piece there, and just stick that just onto there like that. Now I am loving that. I think that looks really, really nice. So we've got lots of little pockets in here, haven't we? And it looks really nice, and that's made out of just magazines, good old Amazon packaging, and some music paper and some stamps, these little stamps, which are lovely. So do you think that's it? Should we add something along the bottom? What do you think? A little bit of lace? Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Let's cut that off there. Pop these little bits. A little bit of glue along there. A little bit of lace. That's pretty, isn't it? I love that. Loving it. Doesn't that look lovely? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pockets. Oh, we do like pockets. Look at that. Love it. So I'm not going to put anything in the pockets, but that's a really big one. I might actually stick this bit down so it doesn't rip off, actually, because that's quite thin. So let me just pop a little bit, just a little bit of glue there. I don't want that to rip. So little pocket in there, little pocket in there, one in there, one in there. We've got this one, which was the envelope, wasn't it? And then one at the top, and then we've got the nice big one at the side. Now the little pop of colour that you've got is just from the roses from the magazine, and I think this looks really, really lovely. So do look out for some nice little picture frames in magazines like that, because that's beautiful, isn't it? So there we go, guys, a nice one, not quite like this, but you can see that's the digital kits. And then this is just the lovely magazine paper, and I am loving it. I think it looks really, really lovely. Do you think we need anything on there? What do we have? Our little roses. I better not. I better not. I could quite actually keep going. Look what we got. We've got a little rustic bow here. Let's see. Do you think that will look pretty on there? Should we have it at the top? No, I'm not going to put anything on there. I like it like that. I can always come back at some point and add a little bit extra to it. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.